Hello everybody, my name is Joy and welcome back to Supremacy, previously named paper Drumpf, to Chapter 6, The Debate. Save and continue. You wake up and head to the airport. You did not sleep well, dreams and memories curdling away at the darkness of your lonely hotel. At least this plane didn't leave without you. You're welcomed on board and seated a few rows away from your boss. He doesn't try to talk to you, doesn't say anything to you. He's too busy talking to his daughter. You fly up to the sky. A couple of hours fall like dust, a couple of days since the fire. No one talked about the speech you made, the one Drumpf half read. The burning flag and the chaos that followed dominated the news cycle. It's 5 days until the election. 5 days until America's destiny. The last chance for you to decide who you are. The final debate of the election. The title match. When she's getting there, comes his voice from behind you. You turn to see him standing in the aisle, leaning his small hands on the tops of the seats either side. She's probably already there. I don't know. When's she getting there? Oh, does he mean Hillary? I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Why don't you know? He asks. He is shaking a little. Don't I pay you to know? Sir, we've been in the air for hours, how could I know? You'll find out as soon as possible. You're being unreasonable. I'll find out for you as soon as possible. But why don't you already know? Why didn't you try and find out? You didn't even try. You're so low energy lately, he grimaces. You need to do better. You get that you screwed the pooch on this one, don't you, Abby? You're being unreasonable, or yes, I did. I'm sorry, sir. Screwed the pooch. Never heard that one. That's fairly unique. Like, props for that one. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, sir, or you're being unreasonable. Whatever, man. You should be, he says. I'm very disappointed in you, you know. You need to do better. And a stewardess approaches, trying to get past. She smiles awkwardly, nervous, terrified. He turns and grins. After you, miss. And when she passes him, he looks back at you before he goes. We'll talk more about this later. You land. Hours later, you're in the hallway, waiting for Drumpf to finish and make up. The building is underlit and busy. Everywhere, crews hurtle around you to prepare for the most anticipated event of the year whilst negotiating the strictly enforced split between red and blue, Republican and Democrat. A nervous woman approaches you, taking a cigarette from a pack. Got a light? She's British. Probably British. Yeah, sure, if I can have one of those. Sorry, I don't smoke. Sorry, man, I quit. Sorry, I don't smoke. That would be my case. She smiles. That's okay, sorry for bothering you. She ambles down the corridor while you check your phone. She returns, having found her mythical flame. You find yourself chatting to her. So, what do you do anyway? You laugh. What's funny? She seems a little sheepish. I'm one of the many campaign managers. Nothing, I do nothing. I'm a campaign manager. I'm one of many campaign managers. Ah, she says, pausing. Drumpf? You nod. Yes. I nod. Ah, right, she says, and says nothing else for a few more moments. Well, I'm press, as you can see. This is my first assignment for them, actually. I was a freelancer, but something... She awkwardly pokes the badge dangling from her pocket jacket. Daily Bargraph. She pauses again. Don't know if you'll have heard of it over here. Yes, I've heard of that, you lie. No, sorry, I haven't. I'm not gonna lie. Why would I? Ah, she blinks. Never mind. That's to be expected. She finishes her cigarette, ambling over to the trash can to put it out. You were saying something about being a freelancer. Oh, right, yes, she blinks. I'm going to get some coffee. Fancy some? Sure. I'm up for that. Good, good. You follow her through the corridors. So, this is your first assignment? Come to write about the freak show, then. I don't know, that wouldn't be professional. I kind of want to say the second one, but that wouldn't be professional. It's not what I would do. I'm trying to think of what I would do while trying to remain neutral, somewhat, somehow. I don't know. Good, good. You follow her through the corridors. So this is your first assignment. For this paper, anyway. Bet you must be excited to write about Drumpf. Why would I even say that? I suppose. She laughs nervously. then seems to second-guess herself. Not that there's anything wrong with him, it's all, "You sure there's nothing wrong with him?" No, of course there isn't anything wrong. Oh, God. In any other situation, I would remain professional, because that would be my job and I would not stray from that. You know, unless it was something very significant. You sure there's nothing wrong with him? I can always, fluke it. There was actually another writer that was supposed to cover this. This was a last-minute sort of arrangement for the paper. She scratches her neck as you approach the coffee stand. It was a terrible business. What happened? He killed himself, she pauses, not looking at you. The man killed himself. She pauses again. Why? Oh God, no, I'm sorry. I'd imagine that would be a little inappropriate to ask. The woman just croaks now. There was something about his son. I think his son died. Some sort of accident at school or something, she says. His career has been on the up and up, He was writing an article on his week spent shadowing the Prime Minister. Can you imagine that? She looks impressed with her own story, even as she still seems upset, agitated. A journalist getting to be in all those meetings, getting to see what the powerful see. Pat her on the arm to console her, or it's not all it's cracked up to be. Console her. And she seems to recoil a little at the touch, then chuckle uncomfortably to herself. I'm dreadfully sorry, I wasn't expecting that. A little jumpy, not much sleep last night. A gaggle of squealing tea parties had passed you. The auditorium is starting to be filled. I think that's your cue. She smiles again. She seems kind. Aren't you coming, or it was nice to meet you? Aren't you coming? Oh, she looks a little nervous. In a bit. I've just got to make a call. You return to Drumpf's room. A few hours later, and the debate is ready to begin. You are stationed in the right wing. Watching on a screen. Everywhere, everyone trembles. America is still. And the candidates emerge on stage. They do not look at each other. They begin. Of course they talk about the fire, of course they do. They argue, they rant and rage, and their childish spittle becomes the news. How can this man run a country if he can't even run a rally? Hillary blares. How can this man keep you safe if he can't even guarantee the safety of his own supporters? Drumpf is cold. It was your fault. Excuse me? Hillary glares. One of my guys didn't set fire to that flag, to those people. It was one of yours. Daffy, the actions of that individual have nothing to do with, you tell them I'm some kind of animal, that I'm some kind of danger to the world. It's no wonder they try to do something like that. You came to my wedding, he says. Our daughters were friends. I don't think you've been fair to me, and you just weren't the person I thought you were. That you do these things to our country, that you'd let us all down like this. That you call the American people deplorables. Daffy, I think the question was about that national security, and who would feel secure with her? With you? You let our men die in Benghazi. You let ISIS take over. You let America become a joke. You talk to me about some left-wing wacko setting fire to a flag, which one of my guys would never do, let me tell you. But what about you? Are you crooked, or are you just stupid? What were you thinking with those damned emails? Any moment our nation could have been... Didn't you call for Russia to try and hack my emails? I was speaking, Hillary. I was saying that... Oh, okay, sorry, that wasn't a choice. I was speaking, Hillary. I was saying that. I said, didn't you call for Russia to try and hack my emails? Don't you have multiple businesses links with Putin? Didn't you have to fire your own manager because he took a large payout from them? I know this is all new to you, Daffy, but your hiring policy seems better suited to your television shows. What are you going to do? Hire a North Korean agent to be the Supreme Court Justice and not realize you're doing it? Uh-oh, I made a mistake. That doesn't cut it, Mr. Drumpf. That does not cut it and will not stand. The moderator retakes control. An assistant approaches you, tapping you on the shoulder. There's an urgent phone call for you. Well, if it's urgent... Abby? A voice crackles. A familiar voice. Hello, who is this? How can I help you? Thought you remember, he says, and coughs a smoker's cough. An old man's cough. Mark? It's a voice you first met 15 years ago, walking with your dog in the woods. It's a voice you fled from in fear at first. The terror a gruff, sarcastic asshole can cause in a 10-year-old child. It is the voice that played catch with you, that had you around to stay whenever your dad wasn't in a condition to look after you, who flew across the nation to visit you and Sarah at college for your 19th birthday. It's the voice of your ex-girlfriend's father. Yep, he says. Can't blame you for not remembering. I guess you meet a lot of people now. She said you were in politics. Never did get that, not for you. Now's not a good time. It's good to hear from you, but why are you calling me? It's good to hear from you, but it's a bad time. There's a pause, then a sigh. No other way to put it, and I always did talk straight to you. Not going to stop now. Want to sit down? What's... He's dead, Abby. Your father's dead. How? He can't speak. After a moment he continues. A few weeks back it happens. Cancer of the pancreas. Took this long to get a hold of someone who could get a hold of you. Sarah told me you'd thank him and say you have to go. Abby, I know we haven't been close since things didn't work out with you and Sarah and all, but I have to go. Goodbye, Mark. You hang up. You return to the wings. You are fine. You look around you. People are looking at you as if they know. You don't know why you're fine. But it only lasts a brief moment. Something is happening on stage. Hillary produces a bottle of brown, cloudy water. Drink it, he says. She says. Excuse me? That's what your party told the people of this great nation. Drink it, drink this awful water. Drink from that diseased well. I'm not going to drink a random bottle of dirty water. A random bottle, Mr. Drumpf. Do you know where this comes from? The gutter you swam in as a Secretary of State? No, Mr. Drumpf. Flint. What do rocks have to do with a dirty bottle of water? Flint, Michigan. I know, I said that. What caused this water to go bad? Tell the nation. Show them your knowledge, your breadth of experience, your solutions. Show them you're more than just a tan and a haircut on a TV show. Show us that you're doing this for a greater reason than to get attention and cash. Show us. Drumpf stares at her and then speaks. You keep referencing my television career. All night, all year. As if it's something for me to feel bad about, for me to feel ashamed of. Fine, let's talk TV. Daffy, that wasn't what I asked. I asked about this water. Let's talk TV then. The most times I remember seeing you on TV wasn't with Benghazi. It wasn't with your emails. It wasn't when you were trying to take away our guns or badmouth me. When you were unfair to me. No, it wasn't any of those times. It was when your husband Bill couldn't keep it in his pants. It was when his slut-stained dress was paraded on television cameras across the world. When you were made a fool of, like our country has been fooled. We've had enough of Blintons. We've had enough of cheaters and the weak. How can America trust you if you trust so easily? If you forgive so easily? What are you going to do if another nation bills you? Hillary cannot speak for a moment. She starts and stops. Excuse me, I think, Mr. Drumpf, the moderator says, as if it to a naughty child. Let's keep this civil. Look at her stutter, Drumpf grins. Let's hope low-energy Hillary doesn't collapse on us again, folks. Someone who wants to be the president of Someone who wants to be the president of this great country falling over into a car needed to be propped up on a day like September 11th? Pneumonia? Give me a break. What a joke. What a loser. He pauses. And what must her enemies think of her? How they must hope she gets elected. That the people of this nation are stupid enough to do a thing like that. How they must dream. But Hillary, I don't put down decent American people. What was it you called my guys? A basket of deplorables? I don't need to put down the voters. I don't need to put down the voters because I think they know a winner when they see one. And they're seeing you and me right now, live on air. They see how you're sweating, he says. Like a dog, like a child. Oh wow, I don't even know how much of this has been actually said. I mean, it might have been a little bit dramatized for the game, but I don't know how much of this has actually been, mentioned. So, just saying that in advance. I'm sorry I had to spank you, Hillary, but you need to learn. You're either hopelessly out of your depth, and need to get back to being a grandma in that sham marriage, or you're a traitor to this nation that needs to be deported with the rest of them. You know what I see when I think of the wall. You know who I think of as I wonder about you guys coming into the night and taking our guns. I think of your face, and of what we have to do to stop you. I'm not running for president for myself or even the fine people who call themselves my supporters. I'm running for America. You're disgusting, she says. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you crooked Hillary. I think she's agitated. I think she's upset, and in her physical condition at her age, I wouldn't blame her. But I think we need to calm down now, Hillary. I think you need to drop the hysterics. I think we owe it to America to have a civil debate. The debate ends 15 minutes later. You find yourself in the bar that night. You're in the bar, sitting there nursing whiskey. Then you hear her voice at the table. That was eventful, she says. It's the journalist from earlier. You say nothing. Are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's be straight up. She sits next to you on your right and orders a glass of red wine. She's changed. You notice the dress she's wearing, the way the brown strap curls around her left shoulder. Tell me what happened. My father. I just found out my father died. She pauses. She places a hand on your arm. Christ, that's horrible. I don't even know how She pauses. I'm so sorry. Don't be, we hadn't spoken in a while. I never said goodbye, I didn't even know. We hadn't spoken in a while. I mean, after all, I wished for him to die. You spent the evening sitting there talking with her about your dad a little bit, and then about America and Britain. And you like the sound of her voice, the way she smiles, the way she pays attention to you. You like that she's here. When the bar closes, you stand outside for a little bit, chatting. She's not staying at this hotel. She has to be getting back. Invite her to come up to your room or say goodnight. Oh God, that would depend on a lot of things. You know what, why not? I mean, you don't have to necessarily, you know. And she follows you through the hallways, up the elevator. That night, as you lay next to her, you find you cannot sleep. You need to. You need to rest. You need to win an election, but your mind races. As you lie in the darkness, you think about your father. You feel no sadness. You feel no fear. No loneliness at his passing. You feel only anger. End of chapter 6. Chapter 7, Either or. Oh my, that was intense. That was one intense chapter. I'm sorry I slipped up the dialogue a little bit here. I tried to read as good as possible, but this is the first time I see the text, so I do want my response to be genuine and not practice the text, so to say. So anyway, that was intense. Man, I loved that. That was amazing. And again, I don't know how much of it has actually been said by the presidents or by the presidential candidates, or how much, you know, has been put into the context it was set in, but I don't know. That was interesting. That was really crazy in multiple ways. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description to the Steam Greenlight page of this game. And also to the website where you can find this game and play it for yourself if you want to. It's a pay what you want kind of thing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!